DevOps in the context of you build it, you run it at all costs really doesn't work. It burns people out, it's unsustainable, and it doesn't grow.
Platform engineering is really getting to the next level where you can essentially build distributed components that's brought together, help developer manage the lifecycle of the application.
If you look at the tooling landscape, it is rapidly growing, not just in terms of the volume of tools, but also the complexity of the tools themselves. And developers are, in parallel, expected to take over an increasing amount of the software delivery process. And all of this together is too much cognitive load for them.
It's a new old buzzword, and anytime hashtag BS kind of stuff comes up, you're going to get a lot of companies that are trying to sell you things, and they're not going to be what they claim to be.
You know, in some sense, to me, it takes me all the way back to the conversation of like, what is DevOps 6-7 years ago? At the time, there was this view of it's the unicorn developer, right? They're writing your JavaScript in the morning, they're deploying infrastructure in the afternoon, they're setting security policy in the evening, and that's how you do DevOps, is you combine DevOps and security into one. But that flies in the face of all human progress. In the same way, I'm not a truck driver and an airline pilot and a power plant operator, right? Like those are specialized roles with specialized skills.
There are technical challenges. The more abstraction you put in between who's actually doing the thing and having to operate it and work with it in production, the more it's going to be problematic when you have an issue. When something's not working, you need people who know what they're doing and not just completely abstracted ways. The other challenge is for, I think, leadership to understand how not to sink their money into the wrong things. You might want to rush ahead and buy, let's say, a platform that can do all the things, and in reality, it doesn't do all the things well.
The heart to me of platform engineering is really saying, I have an internal set of customers. How do I effectively enable them to deliver applications, cloud software, without having to go be experts in the underlying infrastructure?
I see this conversation about the frustration of the downfalls of DevOps as it's been implemented at these organizations, turning into a hope for platforms as a path forward to alleviate this cognitive load and start to repair this relationship between dev and ops that has resulted from this cognitive overload.
Just watch out for the hype. Make sure that you are actually reading the articles and not just reading the headlines.